self-love, but fear understanding on how self-talk shows self-worth. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my today's video. It's Saturday really, and it's morning. Most of you might be at your bed already, or even started your day, or start your day, whatever it is. I've already started my day, and there's no need of shouting. My Saturday videos are always in a calm voice. Thanks for joining in this video. If you're watching this video on replay, because I know it's early and time differs, thanks for watching it on replay. Thanks for always coming to watch my video on replay. And if you're joining me directly on the live stream, thank you so much. I got you here, and I always appreciate you for watching my video. And please watch this video to the end, because if you watch this video to the end, it supports my views and it counts for the growth of my YouTube channel. So lovelies, on today's video we'll be talking about how to speak kindly to ourselves. Real self-love. Real self-love starts with self-worth. I've done a video about self-love, how to love yourself more. And loving yourself more, it starts from the way you talk to yourself, the inner voice, the way you respond to words in your head when you are alone. That words that you say to yourself when you messed up, when you did some mistake, when things did not go right, how do you respond to yourself? What are the words that you give to yourself? So let me repeat that at you again. I think I did get it correctly. How to speak kindly to yourself. Real self-love starts with your words. So stay tuned if you want to know how to talk to yourself kindly, how to show compassion to yourself, even when you know you messed up, but still show that compassion and talk to yourself kindly. Stay tuned on this video, because I'll be diving deep, and I'll also be giving you affirmation to help you rewrite or reprogram those negative self-talk that you're used to telling yourself. Let's go straight to the video, and thanks for watching and joining. Your inner voice is one of the most powerful forms of self-love. Our inner voice, that little voice in our head. Then when I was still in religions, those religions people call it that small voice. It's a devil. They say this is a devil voice. It's one of the most powerful thing in our life. Those smaller inner voice, they give us sometimes is your self-love. Trust me, self-love. I know I've talked about self-love. Yes, I talk about self-love, and I gave you more details. But when it comes to self-love starts inside. I like it start inside of here. Forget about the appearance, forget about the look, forget about the beauty, the things that we put on, the clothes, the dress, here, whatever it is. No, the way we talk. Yes, the way we talk sometimes it's the way we talk is as the result of the things happening inside our head. The way we talk to ourselves is as the result of the words that comes out from our mouth. So self-love plays a bigger role self-talk plays a bigger role when it comes to self-love. Thanks for joining. When it comes to self-talk plays a bigger role when it comes to self-love. This self-love. Wait, excuse me 1 minute. Somewhere to place this so that it will be well visible. No, it's my car. There's not a lot of space, so we're just going to do with what we have. Okay. Now you're watching this video, you're still watching this video, and you wonder what is self-talk. What is self-talk? You like, I've been talking that you said, thanks for joining. What is self-talk? Now, self-talk is a negative and positive talk. Self-talk is that small voice that you have in your head. We all have that small voice in our head that tells us, no, you can do it, no, you cannot do it, no, you are worthy enough, no, you're not worthy enough. The sort of self-talk, it's just that small voice in your head, that thing in your head that tells you you are good enough, you're worthy enough, or you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. That lists your mistakes for you, that tells you, no, you know you're not good in accounting. Why will you choose accounting in school? No, you're not your speech are not that clear. How can you lead? How can you do a communication? How can you communicate with people in business? You know, things like that small voice that keeps giving you your mistakes and telling you you are good enough or you are not good enough. We all have that small voice in our head that tells us, no, you're not worthy enough, you are crazy, things like this. Those smaller voices, those are our self-talks. Not that sometimes we say it verbally, we say it out from our mouth, but most of the time it's the small talk when you are alone, it's the small voice when you are alone that you have this conversation with. We all have conversation with something in our head. It's that small voice in our head that we have conversation with in our head that tells us if it's good enough, what we are going to do, or not good enough. Those smaller voice that tells us, no, don't eat that food, you're allergic to that food, even when you're not. No, don't eat that food, it's going to poison you. No, you can do this. No, you cannot do this. Specifically, not two ways about it. It's just that small voice in our head that the negative, that tells us the negative and the positive, that tells us what we are good enough for and what we are not good enough for. And the difference between positive and negative thought, like I said, the difference between positive or negative thoughts in our head as our self-talk, like I've said before, it's like it said you are worthy enough to do this thing, whatever you want to do, and you're worthy enough to drive. Let me give you this example. You're worthy enough to drive. And the other one said, no, you're not worthy enough to drive. You're not worthy enough to drive. You cannot drive. Like, you're not good enough to drive. Why will you drive? That's just the difference. It gives you the good part and it gives you the bad part. And the good part is that no, you're not worthy enough to drive. And the good part is that yes, you're worthy enough to drive. Just keep trying, keep continuing, then you will see progress. The more you do this thing, you will see progress. This is just an example. So the negative and the bad side, this is where the self and inner voice comes in to tell us what we are good enough and we are not good enough. And self-love, when we talk about self-love, this plays a bigger role in it, because if this self-talk continue like this, your self-love decreases, your confidence on self-love decreases. It's just the fact, because you're already debating in your head, you already have this belief in your head that you have those small voice that keeps telling you what you're good enough for and what you're not good enough for. And why do our words matter? Sometimes the words that we speak from our mouth, sometimes those smaller voices, why does it matter to our life? Why does it play a bigger role in our life? One is that you hear your voice more than anyone else. Like, I'm here right now, you don't know what's going on in my head. You're watching this video right now, I don't know what's going on in your head. I don't know the voice and what that voice is telling you in your head. I'm here right now, I'm the only one hearing what is going on in my head. Like, that small voice is telling me right now, you have to finish this video on time, because before you know, maybe your employees might come and you will not finish this video. These things, but I'm the only one hearing it in my head. You're not hearing it, and I don't know what's going on in your head right now, and I'm not hearing it. It might be negative or it might be positive. It might be that this morning, don't stand up from the bed because you're going to get an accident. Whatever it is, don't go hard, just stay, whatever it is. But I can't hear you. You're the only one hearing it. That's why it's very, very powerful, and you pay attention to it. Thought become our belief, and belief shapes our behavior. When our thought becomes our belief, and our belief shape our behavior. When those thoughts and those smaller voice repeat in our head, and when it repeats in our head, it becomes your belief. You believe it. When you believe it, it shapes your behavior. If, for example, you used to have this thought that some particular kind of race are wicked, they are bad, they are whatever, and because you believe it, you continue having this belief in your head, and when you continue having this belief in your head, it shapes your behavior, because you believe it and it shapes your behavior. And when you see this race of people, you just hate them for nothing sake. You hate them for nothing sake because you've already have this thought and you have already believe it, and it shapes your behavior, and you behave nastily to these people because you've already have this thought and you believe it, and it shapes your behavior. And for example, you have this thought in your head that all men are bad, all men are scam, all men are shit, whatever it is, and you have this thought in your head and you believe it, and when you believe it, it shapes your behavior. Whatever relationship that you go into or get into, you think that your man cannot be trusted. You can never trust your man because all men are shit. it shapes your behavior. It makes you behave these behaves out because you've already had it in your head and you believe it already. Your brain, your brain believe your voice. It does not know the difference between truth and reputation. Your brain believes your voice because it's your voice. It's used to it. It know it's your voice. And your brain does not know the difference between the truth and the reputation. It does, like I've always said this, that we should be careful with the things that we believe in our head, the things that we watch, and the things that we listen to, because our brain believes our voice, and our brain even picks up things that we're looking, things that we're listening to, and does not know the difference between we are joking, it's a lie, or it's not truth. When the thing continues to repeat, it sounds a repetition. Our brain takes it as truth and put it into work. It takes it as truth, it puts it into work. When you watch or you have those thoughts, because for example, you watch something continuously, and you consume this thing and you absorb it into your subconscious mind, your brain, it becomes repetition. When it repeats, your brain believes it and put it into what you believe it. You don't even know when these things manifest. When you continue watching a media about whatever it is, repetition, you repeat this thing and having this voice, oh my god, everyone, what's happening in this world? Why are this nasty thing, this wicked things happening? You repeat them in your head. Your brain believes them. Your brain does not know if you're just thinking as a result of what you watch, and you keep repeating this thing because these are things that you consume your subconscious mind with. These are the things that you watch all the time, and you repeat them, and your brain does not know the difference between this are the result of what you consume now and this is not truth, you're just joking. No, when you repeat them, your brain believes them, and when it believes them, because your brain believes your voice more, and when it believes them, it puts them into work and they manifest. Wherever you see, whatever you do, you keep seeing these particular things happen around you, because this is as a result of the repetition of what you've been repeating in your head, and your brain have taken them and putting them into action. Oh, let me see my time. Okay, now let's talk about how to inner voice. If our voice, we don't use our inner voice way, and our inner voice as a result that gives us the negative and the positive side of our life, what we do, if we are good enough, we're not good enough, and because of this can affect our self-love. It can decrease the confidence of our self-love. When we talk about self-love, I've said it's not about the physical things, it's not about the physical items, but in your head. How do you talk to yourself? How do you see yourself in your head? What are the words you take to yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Now, if for example you want to love yourself more, but you keep having this thought in your head that keeps telling you, no, you're not good enough, can't you see that the moment does not even love you more because you're not beautiful enough in your head? Or maybe the thought says, you're so beautiful, you didn't know that you're the best. You're the best among your siblings, or you're the best amongst your schoolmates or your friends because you are so beautiful. Yes, you are made to love yourself. Whatever that self-talk is, the positive and the negative. No, you can study accountant because you are good in math. No, you cannot study accountant because you are not good in math. No, you can lead a business because you're good in communication. No, you cannot lead a business because you're not good in communication. You know these things in your head, this voice in your head. Now, when you keep having this thought and you're tired of having this self-talk that you don't appreciate. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening outside right now. If you hear some noise, you know that something is happening, which I don't know. I'm inside my car. Now, how do we rewire our inner voice? How do we rewire our inner voice to always give us what we want? Sometimes our inner voice does not always give us what we want because just picks up everything they see, like what you watch, what they hear people talk, they pick them and want to use that to affect us. So how do we rewire our inner voice to always give us what we want without attacking us or affecting us with every single thing that they see and picked? Awareness is just the key. Every single topic that talks here involve awareness. When it comes to personal development, community, or inner work, or your inner growth, Awareness is just the key. I've said it as one of them. If you can be aware of everything going on in your head, in your mind, you are 70 to 80% gone with your inner work. Trust me. Awareness is the key. Catch your negative self-talk. Whenever those negative self-talk from those inner voice, that small voice, I will call the devil voice, which I don't believe comes in. I don't believe that is the devil voice. I believe that is the ego. The ego tries to keep you safe, not because they are trying to do something bad to you. They try to keep you safe because they want you to stay in the familiar place, because this is what they are familiar with. The familiar. They don't want you to move out from your comfort zone. They want you to stay at that comfort zone. So when you are aware, when these negative talks come from that small voice to say that, no, please don't do it, you can't, don't start that business, you can't, you don't have time, can you see piles of things that you're already doing, you're working, you have kids, you're a wife, don't start that business. That small voice, how when you are aware of it, you stop it immediately, because that is just self-sabotage, and you procrastinate. If you self-sabotage, you procrastinate. So when that inner voice comes to give you different reasons why you can't do this, why you should do this, why you're not worthy enough to do this, immediately catch it. When you are aware, you immediately catch it and change it with something opposite. What is that something opposite? Good something. For example, you're a wife, you can't do this, you don't have time. Give you thousands of reasons why you can't do it, and change it to say, no, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. There's always time for me. Even if I stop working, there will still always be the same time for me. It's my choice if I want to continue or not. Now the next one is rewrite it. If, for example, you are a student and you're not good in a particular course, that small voice will try to tell you now, oh, I'm still going to fail this semester, I'm still going to fail in this semester, I'm still going to fail this course, because I don't know, I've tried all my best to pass this semester, to study hard, I'm trying my best to study hard, but it's not just working. Why is it not working? I'm putting on my effort, and that voice will come and tell you that because you're not good enough, because you're not good with this topic, because you're not good with this subject, you're just going to fail. Just let it be, just allow yourself, just take that word to say you're not good on this topic. But rewrite it. When you rewrite it, when this inner voice tell you this, it tell you that, yes, I know, but I'm learning and I'm growing, I'm putting on the effort, and I'm reading and I'm studying for this semester. I'm saying this is the best example that comes in right now. Use this to affect other things in your life, maybe marriage, relationship, business, friends. Just rewrite it and say that, yes, but I'm studying hard, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'm growing and I'm improving. Don't ever leave that words of saying that, yes, I'm not good with this topic, I'm just going to let it, rewrite it with something more powerful. Speak to yourself like someone you love. If, for example, in your inner head, in that inner voice, like I said in the intro, show yourself compassion. If, for example, your little toddler or your 16 years or 12 years old let me say 16 years old daughter got an heartbreak, for example, heartbreak from first relationship, whatever it is, or your toddler cuts his or her hand, and they run to you to say, Mama, I cut my hand, it's painful, or whatever it is, or you're trying to comfort your 16 years old that just got heartbreak, or your children. How do you speak to those, to your kids, for example? How do you speak? The compassion, the care, the love you show to this to this toddler or to your 16 years. For me, for example, I might say, why did you take the knife? What were you doing there? What were you looking for there? Then later I will come around and say, oh sweetheart, I'm sorry, so let's put something, let's bandage it, schools or whatever the language that I can use to communicate to my son. So how will you speak to your little toddler that cut their hand? How will you speak? How will you show compassion and love to your 16 years old that just gotten heartbreak? Show that compassion to yourself. Show that love to yourself when you mess up or something goes wrong, or when you start having that anxiety about the future, that do you think I can do whatever that you want to do? That anxiety. Show that compassion to yourself. How you will show that compassion and love to your toddler that cut his or her hand, or your 16 years old that just gotten their first heartbreak. you know best heartbreak, whatever. So before we go now, I'll be giving you affirmation on how to rewire your inner voice to always give you the right word. To be sincere now, we have talked about our inner voice, our self-talk, how we talk to ourselves, but you can't just let it be right there. You've already know how our self-talk seeing that our self-love. But when this self inner voice comes, how do you handle it? What are the affirmations? When you are aware, at least you are aware, you know you are aware, but how now, this affirmation, these are the affirmations that you can practice. I am safe in who I am. If that words come to say you're not beautiful enough, you're not good enough, no, you cannot attend this course, you cannot attend this class, you cannot do these things. Use an affirmation to I am safe in who I am. I am worthy of love from other and from myself. If the words, the inner voice and the self-talk comes to say that you're not good enough to get into perfect relationship or have a perfect spouse, say that I am worthy of love from other people and I am worthy of love from myself. Then I release judgment and replace it with kindness. You release judgment and you replace it with kindness. You judging other people and judging yourself. Release that judgment and replace it with maximum kindness. My voice, my body, and my heart. My voice, my body, that is powerful. Seriously, I love that one perfectly. My head, my body, and my heart are all cared for. I want to repeat because I love that one so much. My head, my body, and my heart are all cared for. So these are the affirmations that you can use daily to talk to yourself kindly, because you can't just leave that word, the self-talk, when there comes, and yes, you are aware, no, you know your self-talk, you know that this is your inner voice trying to comfort you or tell you things that are not true, but you can't just leave it empty. You have to replace it with something else. Now these are the affirmation that you can use as a guideline and repetition, because our brain loves guideline and pattern. Create this pattern for our brain to follow, because when you leave them stranded, they don't have anything to rely on. Now you're trying to give them something to rely on, since you know already, but you're trying to give them something to rely on and to follow as a guideline and pattern. Now this weekend, I want you to become your own safe space. Now this weekend, forget about other people. I'm not saying forget about your kids, forget about your husband, your loved ones, your friend, whatever, but this weekend, I want you to become your own safe space. Like, I don't want you to be scared to run out from your own safe space when these things are happening inside of you, to run to social media, to go get comfort, to go get safe. But I want you to run inside of you to become safe, to get those safety that you're looking for this weekend. So when you come in, when you're trying to run hard in these things, enter yourself, talk to yourself with kindness, with love, and not with big dramatic gesture, but with little words that remind you who you are. Like little words like this affirmation: you're good enough, you're worthy, my voice, my body, my heart are all careful, I'm worthy enough, I'm good enough to pursue that dream. So thank you, lovelies, for joining me to this video. Thank you, lovelies, for joining me to the end of this live stream, and thanks for watching this video. I love you, I got you, and I really appreciate it. Please leave me a red emoji for me to know you watch this video to the end. See you tomorrow again. Tomorrow it's Sunday. Really, you will be seeing me on another level. And don't forget, I didn't teach this morning. This is the normal thing that we'll always do on my Saturday morning to encourage you, to give you powerful words on what, like how to follow your weekends, things like this, not being so, so teaching method, in the teaching method. So guys, see you tomorrow again, and don't forget that this week, for you to build your self-love, you have to tackle first those self-talk, the way you talk to yourself, and show enough compassion to yourself throughout this week, and talk to yourself with love and kindness and peace, and use this affirmation to create guidelines and patterns for your brain to rely on, so your voice can always give you those things that you want to hear, not the things that you don't want to hear, so that you don't run hard on social media to look for comfort, or people to look for comfort, but to your inner space. So see you tomorrow again. I love you, and thanks for joining.